Hi, this is Mr. Brad and Miss Norma.
Hi.
We're going to have a little time here that we're going to call missionary time, and we're going to talk about missionaries. And Miss Norma, if I was going to ask you to tell me what's a missionary, what would you tell people what a missionary is?
Well, I would say that a missionary is someone who either at home or goes out around the world and tells people from the Bible what Jesus Christ has done for them on the cross.
And I think that'd be a pretty good answer as to what a missionary does. And here at Hagerman Baptist Church, we've got lots of missionaries.
We do?
We've got all kinds of missionaries. We've got missionaries in Brazil. We've got missionaries in the United States.
Whoa.
Missionaries in Samaria. Missionaries in France. Missionaries in Japan. All different places and to all different kinds of people. And basically what they do is what you said. They tell people about Jesus and what he's done for us.
Oh, that
And
sounds amazing.
it's really neat, and I wanted to tell you specifically about one missionary that we've known quite a bit. And I've got a picture here. It's not a big picture, but I'm going to hold it up so that hopefully you can see this picture. This is a picture of Jim and Julie Leonard, and I'll hold that there for a second. And now my arm's tired. I'm going to stop. So, Jim and Julie are in a country called Brazil.
Where is Brazil?
Boy, I don't know. It's south of us somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
That might be a good thing that the kids can look up at home.
That would be a good thing to check on to see where Jim and Julie are. And Brazil's a pretty big country. Jim and Julie have been there for a long time. In fact, our church last year took a bunch of people from our church and went down to Brazil and worked with Jim and Julie for about a week and did some different things. And I just wanted to tell you about them because Jim and Julie have they work with a Bible college there. And they're teaching people in Brazil how to do, again, just exactly what you said, to tell people about what Jesus did and when he died, when he came to earth and he died on the cross for our sins and he rose again from the grave. And the reason I wanted to talk about Jim is because we just found out recently that Jim has been sick. He has had some kind of a flu or a virus or something, and they weren't sure if it was maybe the same virus that everybody's talking about right now, that coronavirus, or what it was. But Julie sent out a message and she asked for people to pray for Jim. And we found out just yesterday that Jim does not have that coronavirus. And so we're very excited about that, very happy. And it's interesting because we think about missionaries sometimes and we think that there comes some kind of a special or a strange kind of a person. Really, they're just regular people.
Yeah, they are.
They may not be here in the United States. They may be here in the United States, but they may be in Brazil or Japan or many different places. But they have the same kind of problems that we do. And so when you have an opportunity, you might want to think about praying for Jim and Julie. You might want to ask your parents as well as some of the other missionaries that have been to Hagerman Baptist Church, and they've told us stories about things that go on in their country that they're working in, and the people and things like that. And this week, you might want to just think about praying for Jim and Julie. Now, he doesn't have that virus, but he's still not feeling completely well, and so you might want to pray for Jim that he gets better, that he can go back to the things that he needs to do with regard to teaching and being part of that Bible college there in Brazil.
Well,
and so I guess that's all for missionary time right now.
Well, no. What does he do at the Bible college?
What does he do at the Bible college? I think he's a professor. He's a teacher.
What happens with the people at the Bible college?
Oh, those are the folks that eventually will go and they will be missionaries and pastors. And as a matter of fact, I think they're even sending missionaries from their college to places, other places in Brazil and other places throughout the world. So
that is wonderful.
They're doing exactly what missionaries are supposed to do. So
Missionaries are teaching other people to be missionaries?
That's exactly right. Yep. And so that's kind of neat because that makes us part of that here at Hagerman Baptist Church. And so I guess we're done now. That's all we're going to talk about, right?
Oh, no. Mr. Brad, we've got more.
I forgot. Yep, there's more.
There's more. We're going to tell a story about somebody named Ringu.
Are you ready for the picture?
I'm ready for the picture.
Okay. This is Ringu.
Okay. All right, boys and girls, this is a story about Ringu and his family. And Ringu lives in a country called India. And again, I would like for you at home to find out where this country is, where India is. So you can look that up at home, another project to do. But they live in central India. And Ringu, his group of people called the Korku people. And they have their own language. But when they wanted to talk to other people, they would also try to find out another language to talk to other people, and they would worship a lot of false gods. So they didn't know about the one true God like we know about the one true God and his son Jesus Christ. So they would worship a lot of evil spirits, and they lived in fear a lot of the times. So it was kind of a scary thing for all of them. Ringu, his mom, his dad, his little brother. So this is a picture of Ringu. So he was really excited. So he had hitched up the bullocks to the cart. His mother...
What's a bullock?
That's a bull.
Oh, one of these guys right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bullock. Okay. A bullock.
A bullock. That's the big, long, fancy name. So he's got his mom, his dad, his little brother Batu, and they were in it. Ringu got to sit in front. So he was going to get to drive. And he was going to get to drive the cart. And they were going to leave their home, and they were going to go to the bazaar. And before you ask, bazaar is just a big, fancy, like, marketplace where they were going to sell and buy things there. And a lot of people were going to be there, okay? So, and it was the last day of the marketplace before they were going to have the festival of the bullocks.
What do you do at a festival of bullocks?
Well, that's where they kind of worship the bullocks.
They worship the cow?
Yeah.
This bull right here?
Yeah, they worship that. Can you imagine that? They worship the bulls. They would make little clay statues of the bulls and put them in front of their houses. They would do little necklaces of pom-poms and put them around the bullocks, and then
They dress the bulls up?
yeah, they do. I know.
Like that.
And then they have a race to see who has the fastest bull. And this year, Ringu's was going to get to run in the race with their own bull. And he was so excited. He was going to be the youngest one in the race. And he was so excited. And he wanted to make his dad so proud of him. He wanted to win that race. Oh, he was just really, really excited about this. So, as he's driving along, he's just thinking about this and excited for the bazaar and the marketplace, and he's thinking about the race, and all of a sudden he's like looking around because evil spirits are everywhere, and you've got to be really careful, because what if the evil spirits are coming near? Or, ooh, there might be a tiger. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, he wanted to make him go faster. Go faster, go faster. And also, that was good practice for the race. Go faster, let's get away from here. So they were going.
There was evil spirits, really?
Well, that's what he'd been taught.
Wow.
That's what they believed. That was their religion.
That's kind of scary.
Oh, that's all they ever knew and believed. Scared about everything. All the time. What a horrible way to live.
I agree.
So he was going really fast into the marketplace, as fast as he could. And then he slowed down as he got to the marketplace. And he's like, oh, look at all these people and things for sale. And he was so excited. So they stopped, and everybody got off, and he got off. And, oh, you know what?
What?
You need to turn the page.
Okay.
He got off, and look what happened. He jumped down, and he went, ow! Oh! I don't know if you can see it, but he stepped on a thorn. And his mom and dad kind of looked back. They heard him, and it's like, well, Ringu, you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. Because they just walk barefoot. And, you might step on things. So he kind of looked down, and he pulled that thorn out of his foot. Oh, that hurt a lot. But he thought, oh, good, I'm so glad I'm glad that's out of my foot. And he pulled it, and then he just kept walking. He thought, whoa, that kind of hurts.
Hurt more than he thought it did?
Uh-huh. It really did. But he wasn't going to let anybody know that it kind of hurt. But he thought, and he kept walking along and thought, oh. And he was looking and he said, oh, wait a minute. What's Dad doing? You know what his dad was doing?
I don't know. Well,
His dad was up there and he was buying that necklace
for the bullocks?
for the bull.
Oh my goodness.
And he was getting with the pom-poms.
Yeah.
And then he bought some brown sugar to feed the bullocks.
Oh. Does
And
that make bullocks run faster?
oh yeah,
Okay.
they're so excited because they know what's coming at the end of the race.
Oh, okay.
And then his dad bought some coconuts because you have to
For what?
offer the coconuts to the evil spirits. It's a sacrifice.
That's weird.
I know. It's something that we don't have to do. We don't have to do that at all.
Well, do they have to do it?
They did because otherwise somebody might get sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's now, is that true or is that just what they thought?
It's just what they thought.
Okay. All right.
It's not true. He says you have to buy all these things just in case.
Okay.
You know, I did a lot of things they had to do just in case to help. What a scary, scary thing to believe. So, next picture, Mr. Brad.
There we go.
If you look at this picture, what do you think Ringu's doing? There's a bunch of bananas there.
Is he eating his lunch?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think he's doing? He's taking a banana and he's putting it in his pocket.
Is it his banana?
Well, it is now, but you know what? He didn't pay for it. And he thought to himself, doesn't matter. Everybody
He
steals.
stole it?
He stole it.
Oh, that's not good.
Do you know what we call that?
Shoplifting?
Yes, that is the name. And as a Christian, we also, the Bible calls that
Oh, that's a sin, yeah.
sin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that.
No, we shouldn't. But Ringu thought everybody does it, so it's okay. It's not okay. But he took it, and then all of a sudden he's listening to something. He's going, ooh, I hear some really, really nice music. It
At
was
the bazaar?
at the bazaar. Could you believe that? He was hearing music. He thought, oh, I want to go see that. And he was hurrying it as fast as he could. And he was running. And all of a sudden, boom. He ran into somebody and all of his papers fell down on the ground. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, all right. I want to see what the picture is.
You want to see the picture. I know everybody wants to hurry up and see the picture. And he was trying to get away because he thought, oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Because remember, they're always afraid of things. And as he was trying to run away, a hand grabbed him and said, come here, friend.
Now time?
Now's time.
Okay.
And you know who it was? It was a missionary. And the missionary's name is Grubbs Sahib.
Grub? What? Grub? What?
Grubbs Sahib. Grubbs is a last name. Sahib, it'd be like sir. So we would just say like Mr. or Sir, and they just put it at the end. So instead of saying Mr. Grubbs or Sir,
That's really his name, Mr. Grubbs.
Mr. Grubbs.
Okay.
They just called him Grubbs Sahib.
Okay.
And he was like, whoa, he's really, really tall. And his skin's kind of different than my skin. He'd only ever seen him once before. And now here he is right in front of me. Oh,
Was he mad?
no. Grubsy, he wasn't mad at all. In fact, he had a really nice look on his face. He's like, so,
No reason to be afraid, huh?
that's very different than everyone else he's ever run into or met before. They'd usually be and angry and mad at him. He thought, this is a very different reaction. So, he's like, the missionary is picking up all the papers, and then he gave one to Ringu, and he said, you've got to come with me. I want to tell you about the one true God. And he made us. And this paper contains the words of God.
Oh.
And it tells about Jesus who died on the cross. And he was God's offering for our sins. And Jesus sets us free from the power of Satan. Now, Batu was there. Remember, Ringu's little brother, Batu was there too. And he took the paper, and Ringu took the paper, and they each watched Grub Sahib go toward the man that was making the music. And they decided, ooh, that music sounded interesting, so they followed him.
Turn the page?
Yeah, turn the page.
There we go.
There's that man. And they were watching this man play the music. And he was pushing some black and white keys on a box. And, well, they'd never seen this before, and they'd never heard music like this before. And they thought, oh, this is so beautiful. Then the man stopped. And he stood up and he said, I am Pandu. He goes, I used to make many, many offerings to the evil spirits. And I used to bow down to false gods. And in 3 days you will be celebrating the festival of the bullocks.
That's the big race where everybody
Yes.
and they worship the bulls.
And they make the clay gods, the bullocks in front of their houses. He goes, on that day you'll bow down to the bullocks. You will make some clay statues. You'll put them in front of your houses. But the true God commands that you'll have no other gods before you but him. Him alone. He says you'll not bow down yourself to false gods. He is the one true God. He tells us these things in his book, the Bible. Batu.
They never heard that before.
Tugged on Ringu's arm. He says, oh, let's get out of here. This is bad. This is bad to hear. The evil spirits are going to be angry. We've got to go. But Ringu whispered, it's good if it's true. What I have learned when I learn to read, I will read this paper from God and I will see. And you know what? He unwound his turban.
His what?
His hat.
His hat. He has a hat?
It's called a turban.
Oh, okay. Right.
And he tucked that paper in his turban. He wound it back up. But you know what was happening right now? Ringu's foot hurt even more. He kind of forgot about it while he was listening to the words and the music. But now as he started walking back to their father, he realized, oh, his foot really, really hurt. And when his father saw him coming, he says, Ringu, you're limping. He says, is your foot all right? Yes, it's all right. Because he's, I'm going to run as fast as I can. 'Cause even if his foot hurt, he says, and I know I'm the smallest person in the race tomorrow. I'm going to win this because I want my dad to be proud of me tomorrow. Because, oh no, wait a minute. What happens if an evil spirit makes my foot hurt so bad that I can't run in the race tomorrow? Oh no, what's going to happen?
Ready to turn the page?
Not yet.
Let's see what's going to happen.
I know you're excited. I bet you're excited to find out too. It says, well, on the day of the festival, beating drums all over the village were happening, and they woke up Ringu. And he woke up, and he's like, oh, before he even got out of his bed, he could feel it. His foot was throbbing. It hurt so bad. It was like, oh, the pain. And then he looked, and in his heel where that thorn had been, his foot was bright red, and it was swollen. And then he got down out of bed, and he tried to limp on it, and he couldn't. He couldn't even put his foot down. And he thought, oh, no. What's going to happen? And then his mother came and he says, Ringu, what's wrong? He says, oh, my foot, it hurts. But I must run in this race. I've got to do it no matter what. His mom looked at him, and then she went and she got his father. His father took one look at him. And his father went and got The witch doctor.
A witch doctor. Oh boy.
Wait till you see what the witch doctor looks like.
Time to look. I don't know. You sure you want me to look at this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he is.
That doesn't look like any of our doctors. The two came out, and the two boys were just trembling and scared because this witch doctor, oh, he's not good. He's evil, all right? Just look at him. His eyes were pure evil. He's just a nasty, nasty man. All right, and Ringu.
Why would his dad go get a nasty man like that to look at his foot?
That's what they believed in. They thought he could have things and he would do things to cure and fix his foot.
Looks like he knows the evil spirits to me.
He does. And he would offer up things to the evil spirits to make the foot better.
And that worked?
You're getting a little ahead of the story.
Sorry. I want to know. I want to know if it works.
You need to wait.
Okay.
You gotta wait.
I'm waiting.
Not patiently, though.
I'll try.
Let's see if Mr. Brad can wait. All right. So, Ringu was afraid when the witch doctor came close to him. All right. So he was chanting and all this stuff. And he came and he tied a string around Ringu's ankle. And he did some more stuff. And before he did more, Ringu watched and his dad put some coins in the witch doctor's palm because if you didn't pay the witch doctor wouldn't do anything for you.
Okay. So now that he's paid, he's going to be better now, right? I'm not being patient. I'm sorry.
No. So he poured some stuff on there and said some stuff. And then he looked at his dad and he says, "You're going to have to offer up a coconut too." And Ringu thought, "I'm so glad Dad bought a coconut at the bazaar. That's going to help so much." So he thought, when the coconut milk spills over the rock idols, my foot is going to be all better. That'll make everything all better.
I think that's going to work.
You don't think it's going to work?
I don't think so.
What do you guys think? You think this is going to work? Okay, I'll tell you. All right. Well, as Ringu watched his father go off and split open the coconut to pour over the rock, Ringu thought about the missionary. He thought about the paper. He thought about the words on the paper. And he thought, I don't know how to read. I wish I knew how to read. I wish I knew what the words on the paper said. But someday I'm going to know how to read. And I'll do it. But then he thought, Pandu had said, you're only to worship the one true God, not idols.
That was the man that was playing the music.
Yeah. Ringu's thinking a lot about all this, and he's not quite sure what it all means yet. But if they didn't worship the evil spirits, terrible things would happen. He's not sure about all this. But his dad poured out the coconut milk.
And?
Well.
And?
The next morning.
Yes.
He got up because it was the day of the race.
Okay.
Well, it's still the day of the race. I was mixed up. He moved down and he took the bullocks down to the river because you got to wash them because they got to look real nice and clean for the race. And his foot hurts so bad. He's not better.
Oh, no. It didn't work.
Not yet. And he's getting them, and they put on their necklaces of the pom-poms and the stuff. And they go into town for the race. His foot is really swollen. In fact, it's starting to go up his leg.
Oh, no.
His leg is hurting really bad. His foot's hurting really bad. He doesn't tell anybody. It's the start of the race. He gets ready to go. They start running.
And?
Yeah. if you guys tune in next week,
Oh, you got
we
me
will
kidding
tell you
me.
exactly what happens.
You're kidding
All
me.
right? Uh-huh.
Will you tell me when you get home about this?
No,
Come on.
no.
Well, I guess that's a terrible picture to leave you with, that terrible witch doctor, but
Oh, well then, we'll
Oh.
help you with this one.
oh, that's better.
I
That's
forgot
better.
to tell him during. So this is Ringu in the middle of the race. We don't know if he wins or loses. We don't know about his foot. But come back next week and I'll tell you.
Well, I guess that's the end of it for this week. Well, next week we'll talk about another missionary, and I hope we get to hear more about Ringu and see what happens to his foot, and see what happens to the race, and the witch doctor, and all that kind of stuff. But thanks for being with us today, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Bye. Bye.